Hi guys, Alberto here. You're watching the Bedroom Rocker YouTube channel. I do guitar gear demos, reviews and tutorials, so if you like this kind of content, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Today we are taking a look at the Nux Cerberus. This is an amazing and very affordable multi-effect unit for guitar that combines two completely analog overdrive and distortion circuits with digital modulation and time-based effects, so you sort of get the best of both worlds. It also packs a bunch of other nice features like connections for expression pedal, to use a 4-cable method, also headphones, USB and MIDI connectivity, an inbuilt boost, the ability to load impulse responses for cabinet simulation, and also the ability to use it in preset mode. So instead of having the foot switches activate and deactivate different effects, you can use the foot switches to recall presets or combination of effects. So overall you get a bunch of nice stuff. It's a very well thought and very capable unit. Here in Germany it retails for around 200 euros. Whenever I get a unit with this amount of features, the first thing I like to do is to keep it as simple as possible and just plug it in front of my tube amp and see how easy it actually is to dial in a good sound. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna use my Victory V40 and just plug the Cerberus in and try to dial in a couple of different cool sounds and show you how that works. So let's get into it. For now I'm gonna play a PRS SC Custom 24 into the Nux Cerberus, and all the effects are gonna hit the front end of my Victory V40 amplifier. I'm loading down the amp using the 2-notes torpedo captor and then using the plugin 2-notes wall of sound for the cabinet simulations. So this is my clean sound. So it's clean and completely dry. Let's start by adding some reverb. I have here 3 different modes, namely Hall, Plates and Spring. Let's hear each one of them. So that was obviously the Spring. Let's check out the Plate. And the Hall. So that's nice. I'm gonna keep the Hall setting. I can set here the decay and the level, so I'm going to increase the decay or make the Hall larger and dial back the volume a little bit. So that adds a lot of nice ambience for rhythm playing. Let's try to add a chorus on top of that. Here again I have 3 options, ST, SC and CE. Let's try the CE one. I guess this is probably based on a Boss CE2 chorus, and I can set the level or the mix, the depth and the rate. I usually like it very wet, so let's dial the volume up. Decrease the depth and increase the rate a little bit. So that's a pretty nice sound. Let's try another one, SC. And now the ST. Now let's try to set up an overdrive for playing blues. Here's my clean tone with the neck pickup. So let's add the drives of the Nux Cerberus. This is a blues breaker style circuit, which is heavily inspired by the GHS Morning Glory. So that's quite a nice drive. Now let's add a spring reverb on top of that. So that's a pretty cool drive, sounds awesome, and it also feels very nice under the fingers, so it's quite dynamic and reactive to your playing. I really dig it. As you can see, I have to set the drive above 70. I think that's when it sort of starts to come alive. And it's also a rather dark overdrive circuit, so I usually set the tone quite wide open. Now let's take a look at the distortion. This is based on the GHS Angry Charlie, so it's trying to recreate the sound of a cranked Marshall JCM 800 amplifier. This is my clean tone. And now with the distortion on. So it's pretty good. I usually find, differently from the overdrive with the distortion, I like to keep the gain low, so I hardly ever go past 50%. So you gain a bit more clarity with the gain backed down. Now that's a quite nice crunchy sound. Let's add a reverb on top of that. I'm gonna go for a plate reverb, and I'm gonna try to keep the settings down because this one can be quite exaggerated sometimes. Now that's a nice fat chunky Marshall sound. If you want then a lead solo on top of that, Let's add a delay. In this case, I'm gonna go for a 70s delay, which tends to stay away of the main guitar sound, so it's very good for solos. So let me know what you think about the sounds and the usability of the Nux Cerberus. Make sure to write in the comment section down below. I was overall really happy with the sounds that I could get out of it, and the usability also feels amazing. Those who follow the channel will know that I play mostly individual analog stompboxes, and using the Cerberus in stompbox mode kind of recreates that experience, so it just feels very familiar to me. I think the analog drive and the distortion both sound awesome. I think they overdid a bit in the range of the gain and the tone knob, so there are a bunch of not so sweet spots in there, but once you dial in and you find the sweet spots, they do sound awesome, and they also feel great under the fingers. The modulations are, to me, probably the weakest point. I mean, they're all good and very usable. However, I do prefer my analog stompboxes, and even a few months ago I tried the TC Electronic Plethora X5, and I think the Plethora definitely sounds better in the modulation department. Finally, we have the delays and the reverb, which are also very awesome. I think these are the same algorithms that they use in their Nux Atlantic pedal, which is one of their best sellers for a very good reason. The Nux Cerberus retails for around 200 euros here in Germany, so I think this is a great entry-level multi-effects unit for those of you who are afraid of LCD screens and complicated menus, and I can relate to that. It's also great for those of you who don't want to get into digital amp modeling or digital overdrives and distortions. I think it pairs very nicely with a proper tube amp, and also pairs very nicely with an analog preamp pedal, because the Cerberus has got an inbuilt IR loader for cabinet simulation. Finally, I think this is also great for more advanced players. I mean, you could easily fit it in your guitar gig bag, so it could be your pedal board replacement or a secondary board for that smaller gig, or also even your fly rig. It's got all the most common effects that you ever need for a very versatile set list. So that's it for today. I hope the review was helpful. If that's the case, please make sure to give it a like. If you want to see more videos about the Cerberus, I'm thinking to check out the IR loader or even the editing software and creating presets. So if that's interesting to you, please do let me know in the comment section below. Finally, if you want to support the Bedroom Rocker, make sure to check the video description for our Patreon link and also for our affiliate links. If you use them to buy anything, I earn a small commission that really helps me to get more products and making reviews like this one at no additional cost for you. So keep on rocking and cheers!